Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of my little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves. And these are strange days indeed. These are recessionary days. And this week, I want to give you 3 principles that will enable you to prosper in a recessionary time. I'm calling it Power to Prosper. The first principle is the permission principle. You need permission to prosper. Specifically, you need to give yourself permission to prosper. Let me tell you a couple of stories. Years ago, I had a wealthy attorney attending the church, and he came to me one day and he said, "I really love attending this church." And I said, "Well, I'm glad." He said, "Yeah." I said, "You don't make me feel guilty about having money." He went on to say that he was a board member of the last church that he attended, and they made him feel guilty. Even though he was their biggest contributor, they made him feel guilty about having money. I looked at him and said, "I want you to prosper. I want everyone in our church to prosper. I want everyone that watches these little videos to prosper." But to prosper, you have to have permission to prosper. If you've known me any length of time at all, you have probably heard the ring story. I think it's story number 2 because it illustrates so many spiritual principles. When I was 22 years old, I heard a word when I was in prayer that said, "Ask for whatever you want." The only thing I could think of was a diamond ring. And so I said, "I'd like a diamond ring." And for the next 2 months, I went around wiggling my fingers saying, "What do you see on my finger?" And everyone learned to respond, "A diamond ring." On my 23rd birthday, a couple in Dallas that had been immensely helped by the ministry gave me a 1¼ carat diamond ring. That is a story in and of itself. And the next 2 years, I was miserable. I had my diamond ring, but I felt guilty about wearing it. Why? Because my background was a poverty background. Because my religious background was a poverty background. And I had yet to give myself permission to prosper. Give yourself permission to prosper. Now, let me help you. There's a verse of scripture we'll look at on Wednesday and Friday again. Deuteronomy 8:18, "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth." I want you to catch that. "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth." God's given you permission to get wealth. Now, you're the one that does the wealth getting. God's the one that's giving you the permission. Now, God's given you the permission. Give yourself the permission. You don't need my permission, though I freely give it to you because I want you to prosper. Give yourself permission to prosper, and you'll see things work out in wonderful ways. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc. This week at Aspire Church, I'm starting a new series of messages called Finding Favor. If there's one thing in this COVID-19 recessionary time in which we find ourselves, you need favor manifesting in your life. I've got a lot to say about favor. I'll tell you some stories from the last few weeks of people finding great favor. I want you to find favor. I'll be sharing the word this Sunday, 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv or on Facebook at Aspire Church TV. That's Aspire Church TV, Facebook, aspirechurch.tv live stream. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc. I'll see you Wednesday with another word that will give you power to prosper.